Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
The surprise retirement of the oldest Supreme Court justice kicks off a high-stakes debate. President Biden prepares for the day he'll get to pick the justice's replacement.
A proposed law in Illinois would crack down on elected officials who betray the public's trust. If charges are filed, local leaders could take matters into their own hands.
And the future of MercyHealth Rockton remains up in the air. Advocates on both sides of the issue voiced their opinions. Good evening. I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer is retiring.
The 83-year-old liberal justice will reportedly announce he'll retire at the end of the court's term in June. Breyer has been a force on the court that has grown increasingly conservative in recent years. He also tried to forge majorities with more moderate justices. He's been a justice since 1994, appointed by President Bill Clinton. Absent an official announcement, President Biden's not assuming anything.
Every justice has the right and opportunity to decide what he or she is going to do and announce it on their own.
Breyer's departure is not expected to change the conservative advantage on the court. His leaving makes Justice Clarence Thomas the oldest member of the court at 73 years old.
A new bill could allow local governments to punish elected officials charged with a crime while in office. Under this proposed law, a county board could vote to place an elected official on administrative leave.
This comes after Winnebago County Coroner Bill Hintz was charged with multiple felony theft and misconduct charges. Rachel Perry's been looking into this today. And Rachel, you also tried speaking with Hintz about this?
That's right, Mimi and Eric. I knocked on his door today, but he answered but refused to comment. He's still technically the Winnebago County Coroner and is still being paid despite not currently acting in that role. Members of the Winnebago County Board say there's limited power as to what they can do to remove Hintz.
And yet here in Illinois, right now, there is nothing you can do. That elected gets to keep their job.
It's a hurdle local leaders are trying to address with newly introduced bipartisan legislation.
This legislation allows, as was described, it gives us a tool to remove an elected, to put them on administrative leave when they've been charged with a crime, particularly a crime that directly relates to their job.
The steps are as follows. A county board would vote to place an official on administrative leave. If approved, the case would go to the state's attorney. The circuit court would then make the final decision. Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley says the bill comes as a direct response after Coroner Bill Hintz was charged with theft. Those came after he allegedly misused a county credit card and stole from the deceased and their families.
So here we are with Mr. Hintz. He's been charged with a crime. Yes, he's presumed innocent, but he's been charged with a crime, and as the law currently stands, he cannot be removed legally.
According to public records, Hintz makes more than $100,000 a year, including benefits. He's not allowed on county property and can't perform any work-related duties, but will continue getting paid. I briefly spoke with Hintz, but he declined to comment.
We want to take anyone's rights away. We just want to protect the integrity of those office holders' offices, and we want to make sure the public is served at the highest capacity they can be.
And if he's ultimately convicted, then he'll be removed from office and we won't pay him anymore.
Hintz will remain on leave until his 6 pending criminal cases are resolved. Eric?
Thanks, Rachel. An Illinois senator wants to reinstate the death penalty for criminals convicted of killing a police officer in the line of duty. More Illinois officers were killed by gunfire in 2021 than each year over the last 2 decades. Republican Darren Bailey says the state is seeing an attack on law enforcement, and he believes capital punishment will help turn things around. The bill would reinstate the death penalty for anyone 18 or older found guilty of killing a police officer who's on the job. This is not the first time since the death penalty was abolished that politicians wanted to bring it back. Former Governor Bruce Rauner proposed that during his final year in office.
Registered voters living in Rockford should keep an eye on their mailbox. New voter registration cards will be sent out in February. The cards come after the recently passed changes to districts. This does not impact wards, precincts, or polling places. But voters should know if they were impacted by the redistricting law before the Illinois primary June 28th. Rockford Board of Elections Director Stacey Bixby says there's a chance some candidates could have mistakenly sought out signatures outside of district lines.
I just want people to know that if you sign a petition for someone and you get to the polling place and that person is not on your ballot, it's because you don't live in that person's district. And that's going to be confusing for voters.
Rockford registration cards should arrive to voters by the end of February. Cards have not been shipped out yet for people living outside of the city.
The head of one local hospital is trying to change the way it does business, but Rockford's mayor is pushing back. Dylan Strachey reports on the future of MercyHealth Rockton.
During this afternoon's public hearing, MercyHealth President and CEO Javon Bea said the possibility of another flood is behind the decision to discontinue inpatient services at the Rockton Avenue campus. Bea said the hospital was filled with waist-high water following a storm back in June of 2018. Mercy has asked the city to pay for a $6.5 million box culvert in hopes of preventing further incidents. Bea blamed Rockford Mayor Tom McNamara for failing to take action.
The constant risk of severe flooding because of the mayor's lack of support is a looming threat that we need to keep in mind as we evaluate appropriate levels of care at both our campus locations.
McNamara argued Mercy leaders have always planned to cut down services at the West Side location. He said the decision to consolidate services during a pandemic shows the hospital is committed to profit over anything else.
Healthcare services are critical to ending this pandemic, and they can't keep up. But somehow, Javon Bea and the board think now is the right time to shut down inpatient services to our residents most in need.
Coming up tonight at 9 and 10, hear more reaction from both sides about today's hearing. In Rockford for your home team, I'm Dylan Strachey.
Illinois is investing in public transportation in our region. The Rockford Mass Transit District will be awarded $16 million in Rebuild Illinois funding. The money will be used to expand RMTD's storage and maintenance facility on Mulberry Street in Rockford. This will create more parking for the expanding fleet, as well as additional space for buses to be worked on and repaired. As RMTD continues its eco-friendly approach, the expansion will also make room for more charging stations for battery-powered buses.
Funding that we'll be receiving will allow us to really plan forward and make decisions where we can adapt and incorporate more battery electric vehicles and zero-emission vehicles into our fleet in the years to come.
RMTD hopes to switch to entirely zero-emissions vehicles by 2036. A new technology course is offered to local business owners and entrepreneurs.
Participants can 3D print their way to success thanks to the new resource. Nikel Delgado went to the class. Nikel, those behind the idea say once someone takes this course, the sky's the limit.
Well, Eric and Mimi, this 3D printing class starts off with the basics, and then you can keep advancing. Organizers say it's a chance for entrepreneurs to get into business without breaking the bank.
Creating our own businesses in our home and be able to sell things online. I think it's an amazing opportunity for people to be able to have this.
Wednesday, Rockford Small Business Development Center hosted its first 3D printing certification class. Scotty Welch took part. Her goal is to create her own keychain business.
So I'm seeing things that I've already seen, but they're going more in depth. So now I'm learning about parts that I've seen, but maybe I didn't know their name or what their function was.
State Representative Maurice West says the purpose of the class is to give a leg up to the community and local businesses.
Helping people in our community to live out their dreams and help them to see how your entrepreneurial spirit can be a benefit to the 3D printing and how 3D printing can be a benefit to their entrepreneurial vision.
Director of the SBDC, Edward Casares, says the technology can eliminate cost, a barrier many new business owners face.
You can take the orders and just in time print it out, customize it and send it back. So you save time, don't waste materials, you don't need a big order to get a really decent price when the people buy online, for example.
Scotty says she is excited to get her business off the ground.
To see the object actually get made and then know that, hey, I made this, like that's an amazing thing. And to have the power to say, if I want to own my own business, I could pay $300 for a printer, take this free class, and I can have my own business.
For more information on how you can take this free 3D printing course, find this story on mystateline.com. Eric, Mimi?
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Temperatures for us this morning started off well below zero, in the double digits below zero. Look at that. We got down to 18 below here in Rockford, 23 degrees below zero down in Rochelle. That wind chill dropping down 35 to even 40 below in some spots. And with a temperature as low as that, doesn't take much of a wind to really bring that wind chill factor down. Thankfully, we've had the sunshine, so it's helped out a little bit. 18 below was the official low temperature here in Rockford. Last time we hit that double-digit low number, February 17th of last year, got down to 12 below. But the last time we were this cold, you have to go all the way back to the end of January 2019, when temperatures were well below zero. In fact, we had a stretch of some mighty strong cold coming in there at the beginning of that year. I'm sure a lot of us remember the morning of January 31st when we got down to 31 below, broke record lows all across the region. Thankfully, here for tonight, our temperatures will be warming up just a bit, and we won't have to deal with these wind chill factors like what a lot of us woke up to here this morning. Wind chills ranging anywhere from 25 all the way down to 40 below. Temperatures are a little on the cool side here this evening, but our numbers are actually going to warm up a bit as we go through the overnight. Live look with our MercyHealth SkyTrack camera now out over downtown Rockford. We've got mostly clear skies, but we are starting to see a little bit more cloud cover inch in from the north, and this will eventually turn our skies mostly cloudy here as we go through the overnight tonight. 7 above our temperature in Rockford, 8 below is the wind chill. Same thing in Freeport, 6 above, 2 right now in Rochelle, and you are dealing with that wind chill number down to 13 below. Now, our winds have kind of been light through the day, but our wind actually is going to pick up as we go through the night tonight. 6 above for our weather watcher Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford. Our weather watcher Ken in Belvedere woke up to 15 below. Current temperature right now sits at 7. Starting to see that cloud cover work in from the northwest. This is tied to a cold front that'll pass through as we go through the day tomorrow. There's not a lot of moisture with that, so we've got cloud cover that'll be with us. Temperatures here through this evening are going to drop. Wouldn't be surprised if a couple of spots get down to maybe 2-3 degrees, but then as we go through the overnight, as the cloud cover increases and the wind increases, our temperature is actually going to warm. So tomorrow morning we are going to be starting off in the teens. Now it is still going to feel cold though. Wind chills will be above zero, but you still have a breeze that'll be kicking up at about 25 to maybe 30 miles per hour as we go through the morning tomorrow. Midday could see a couple of flurries, maybe a very brief light snow shower, but the big story for tomorrow, temperatures that'll be up near 30. So big jump here from where we started off at this morning. Behind that cold front, yeah, another shot of cold. Temperatures fall on either side of zero. That'll leave us in the teens for Friday. We are dry Friday, a little windy too with a north and northeasterly wind, and we stay relatively dry here as we go into the weekend. So for down here this evening, temperatures will rise a bit as we head in the morning. Tomorrow we'll top it off right about 30 for tomorrow afternoon. Our southwest wind will shift around to the northwest, gusting as high as about 25 to 30 miles per hour. 16 on Friday, 21 on Saturday. Guys, we've got the 30s. We might even come close to 40 degrees as we get into early next week, but we've got to watch that pattern change because that could lead with a bigger system too as we head into next week.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Yeah, the Bulls will take the court tonight, and they'll be going up against the Toronto Raptors. It's the Raptors' first visit to the United Center this season, and we know Fred VanVleet is in the house, but will he play? Our David Greenberg's also in the house. He joins us live from the UC with more on VanVleet's status in tonight's matchup. David?
Yes, Scott, and one of the things I'm keeping an eye on tonight is that knee soreness that Fred's been dealing with. He didn't play in their game against the Hornets last night. He is questionable coming into tonight, so we should have an update on that coming up in just a little bit. But speaking of injuries, the Bulls have been dealing with a slew of them. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games, and they are really feeling the losses of Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball, who would probably be the ones that would be guarding Fred tonight. So bad news for the Bulls, good news for Fred in the event that he does play. If he does play, we're expecting to see Ayo Dosunmu going up against him, kind of the former Illinois guard going up against the Rockford native. So that should be a pretty cool thing. But Ayo's been playing great. offensively and defensively, but as we know, Freddie's never backed down from any challenge before. But with the All-Star break less than a month away now, Fred's trying to make that push to get the first All-Star nod of his career, and whether people vote for him or not, that's a different story. He is absolutely having an all-star caliber season. As now the focal point of the Raptor squad, he sits atop the league lead, averaging about 38 minutes per game. And in that time, he's averaging just over 21 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. And there is no question he wants to be an all-star. He wants everyone to know he'll play as many minutes as it takes.
Other than that, like, I come to work every day. If I didn't want to be out there, I wouldn't be. You know, I'm not playing any minutes that I don't want to play. Coach Nurse is not forcing anybody to play that doesn't want to play. And we sign up for this, and whatever comes with that, comes with that. We've all accepted that. We enjoy the challenge of being out there and what comes with that.
And Scott, he has been great so far this season, as we know. Hoping to see him out here again. Again, we'll get a status update coming up in just a little bit. Tip-off at 7 p.m. tonight at the United Center. I'm David Greenberg. Scott, back to you.
All right, thanks, David, and welcome to my world. I can't tell you how many times I've gone live in Chicago at sporting venues, and they picked that exact moment to rehearse the national anthem. That was the rehearsal, not the real thing. All right, the Blackhawks are still searching for a new general manager. CEO Danny Wirtz says they'll begin reaching out to potential candidates this week for interviews. They hope to have someone hired before the NHL trade deadline, which is March 21st. Wirtz says interim GM Carlton Davidson is a candidate for the permanent job, and he will be interviewed. And the Ice Hogs will be in action tonight at the BMO. They'll host the Iowa Wild. We'll be right back.
Out early this morning with the dog, and because you warned us last night about how cold it was going to be, I really bundled up. And I have to say, with the sunshine, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah,
and that helped.
It did, and you know the wind was somewhat light too.
Oh,
right?
that
made a really
sure.
big difference. But even if you had a little bit of a wind, I mean, it dropped wind chill factors down really fast this morning. So the wind was kind of our saving grace, where it was a little bit more light out there. So that did help, and we had lots of sunshine today. Cloud cover increases as we go through the night tonight. It's not only the cloud cover that'll increase tonight, but we've also got the wind that'll increase too from the southwest. This wind will be gusting at about 25 to even 30 miles per hour. So with some of the snow that's on the ground, there could actually be some blowing snow that occurs here overnight, and then throughout the morning tomorrow we'll hang on to that breezy wind. Temperatures near 30, but we drop the numbers again as we go towards Friday.
Thanks, Candace. And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.